Hello, everyone. We're on a few seconds early because I wanted to share my what I indulged in over the Christmas holiday. I have it in my lap. I want to show everybody.
Yeah.
And thank you. Oh, yes, I have a new member. Thank you so much. The Waters of March 9658. Thank you so much. And new members get to have a free reading, but your priority. You're a priority reading. So please, please write your question. I can do generals as well, but write your question in the comment section. And if it's all capital letters, that'd be even better. It doesn't have to be. But I really want to say thank you for signing up. And I hope everyone had a good holiday. And thank you, everyone, for coming. Red Dragon is here. Hypnicity. Oh, Mary Thornberry, you are making the rounds, Mary. I saw you just on I was eavesdropping or lurking on Valerie and Kaylee's show. And we're also broadcasting on your channel as well, Lalit. Marby, it's good to see you. Who's the first one in? New Start. New Start gets the cookie. She was the first one in. And it has a kitty there, so she wants a general reading. We're going to call names because this is what you would write in. Just hashtag. Whoops, I got to get out of the way. No, this isn't it. That isn't it. Let me get out of the way. Hold on a second. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Okay, let's try it again. Here's a second. This is ridiculous. I'm having trouble. Okay, here. Hashtag new. There we are. That's what I wanted it to do.
Is that how you get a reading? You enter that? And
yes, it's the giveaway tool. So Happy New Year, Mary. Happy New Year to everybody. Oh, Maureen's here. Red Dragon. I saw Donna Ortiz is here. Marie is grateful. Oh gosh. Donna. Oh, Sandra, love you. Thank you so much for commenting, Sandra, on all the things I do. It really, really helps. Hypnicity is here. Use some help with their 10. So copy them because you're going to paste that in when you win. I'm sure we'll have plenty of room tonight for readings. And so yes, just do hashtag new, and that'll put you into, it doesn't matter how many times you put it in. If you put it in 1 or 90, it keeps you in once. So I'm looking forward to the readings. I'm just really buzzed today. Beautiful background. Oh, thank you. This is my new home. Right. I'll show you my new home. Here, I want to show you while people are coming in. So here, I'm going to show you something. This is what I got myself for Christmas. You ready, Lily?
Yeah.
Are you ready, everybody?
Ready.
Okay, just a moment. New socks.
New socks.
That's not all. I got them all striped in all colors, and they're big packs. I'm in heaven. There's pink and yellow and purple. I couldn't be happier. And I treated myself New Year's Eve afternoon. I put my heat up to 70 and I kept it there all night and into the full next day. So I'm in a good mood. What did you do with all your time off?
Well, I've been organizing things, and there's lot of influence in Venus and Jupiter these days, my two ruling planets. So I'm painting stuff in the house and make things look better and organized and more beautiful. I love this light violet color that I've been using for accent. It's very high vibration color.
Uh-huh.
And trying to get it, my house organized and my website going and that kind of stuff. Just having a blast.
Yeah, I've been doing that a lot too. And I've also put together a workshop, numerology workshop for your personal year, which I'm really excited about. And I only have 1 day left. I put up for 3 days and I just have the 1 day. The 17th is the last day to sign up for the workshop. I keep the workshops really small so everybody gets exactly what they need. I think there's 6 for the 3rd, another handful for the 10th, and then the 17th. I have 3 people already on the 17th. So if you want to learn about numerology in a very, very different way, it's not book learning. Just telling you, just saying.
It's a real deal. I'm playing hooky from my teaching tomorrow, Deborah. Normally I'm teaching from 9 to 5 on Saturdays. And I told everybody, nope, sorry, I have family commitments. I will not be seeing you tomorrow.
Yay. So you're coming in. Oh.
For my family, for my sister. So I would like to sit in on it tomorrow.
Awesome.
Excited.
Oh, me too.
Is it 10 a.m. Pacific? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there. I have the whole day set aside.
Okay. Yeah, I've set aside a couple hours. I do have work the rest of the day, but because I want to give everybody enough time to absorb everything. You will be able to use numerology in your life and it will blow your mind. You'll get just as excited about it as I am. But
boy. Excited already. Listen, you can't have too many tools these days. The way everything's crazy, any little bit of help you can get.
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm going to, those of you who are new here, thank you so much. Debbie Thornton is here. What? Maria's grateful. Thank you so much. And SNG. SNG is here. It's very, very, thank you. Best wishes to you all for the new year. Those of you who are new here, what we do on Fridays is that Astrology Vibrations, Lalit gives a presentation on what's happening for the upcoming week. And then after her presentation, then we dive into give mini readings. And I'm going to keep looking for my new member, her question, and I'm looking forward to that. And she's going to be the first one. She doesn't have to sign into the giveaway tool. So without further ado, here is Lalit.
Is my sound okay? I have it set up on the microphone only.
Yeah.
Is it okay today?
Yeah. Can everyone hear her okay and hear me okay? Mary says, oh, Marmy, you sent a sticker. So, okay, so I'm going to start writing a list because anybody who donates and or becomes a member gets a priority reading. So thank you so much. I've got you starred. And but we are going to let Lalit. Everybody says yes, it's fine. Thumbs up. So good. I'll get out of your way.
See you later. Well, everybody, I'm so happy to be back with you, and I hope you all had a wonderful holiday, and we're going to have a really interesting year coming up, and we'll be talking about it every Friday. We kind of focus a little bit on what's happening that week, and there's going to be a lot happening this year. It is fun-packed, really. But today's show is going to be a little bit different. I have a special surprise at the end of the presentation today. And first, we're going to talk a little bit about tomorrow's lunation. I say tomorrow is happening in about 6 hours. We have a beautiful full moon in Cancer that we're going to talk about. And then we're going to talk about the big picture of what's happening in 2026, just briefly, a few sentences on the major significators without going into too much detail, because we'll be doing that all year long, break it down into little chunks. But I'll give you a kind of a big picture of a few things, and tell your friends to like and share this video, because we're going to be keeping up. It helps us keep up the work. And then a special surprise at the end of the forecast, I have something really unusual regarding a forecast for the year 2026, which is based on ancient Indian tradition. That's East India. Some predictions were made for this year thousands of years ago, written on old palm leaves, and you're going to be really fascinated by that. So we're going into topics of aliens and volcanoes and wars, and talking about specifics for this year. And this was information written down thousands of years ago in India. You're going to find it fascinating. So we'll jump into it. We're going to talk about the full moon. And let me see if I can get it on screen here. All right, this is the full moon happening on January 3rd. It says there 102, that's the date of our show, but this lunation is happening actually January 3rd, but at 2:02 a.m. Pacific time. That is 6 hours from now. And it's a really interesting little setup here. It is a wolf moon, and it is a super moon. That means it's the closest the moon gets to the Earth, so it's going to be really large and interesting to look at. The peak, as I mentioned, is in 6 hours, 2:02 a.m. on January 3rd. If you're tuning in on a replay, you'll know, you'll get it. So it's really early Saturday morning before dawn. The moon is conjunct Jupiter. Now that is the best placement for the moon you can have. The moon is in its rulership in the sign of Cancer, where it's very strong and all its favorite thing. It's really a fabulous placement. And Jupiter as well is very happy in the sign of Cancer. Those two are just really well placed in Cancer, and they are strong opposition to the Sun, also Mars, also Venus, and we also have Pluto in the mix here, that are in Capricorn, and Pluto is in the beginning of Aquarius. This is very strong. Wow, it's really magnetic. Look at all these. This geometry is just really strong going across here. These are in opposition. And I'd like you to notice that all of the planets, if we're looking Jupiter, Moon, Uranus, Chiron, Neptune, Saturn, North Node, Pluto, Mars, Sun, Venus, and Mercury, all in one hemisphere. That is this half of the chart from here over in the, this is the western horizon where the sun sets, and this has to do with relationships between people. This is not the ego side, the individual, which is over here at the ascendant hemisphere, but this is the part that deals with relationships, both with relationships in business and partnerships, and other people's money, and the home life and creative life, children, communications. All these things are in this hemisphere. And the reason I'm pointing it out, it's more important, it's not just this lunation, but all the big planets, all of them are going to be squished over in one little wedge in the horoscope in this coming year. It's going to be like that with all the planets. So we look Uranus, Neptune, Saturn, Pluto, all the outer planets are going to be in a little tight wedge, and that's the most unusual formation for a horoscope. Some of you that I've read your charts have horoscopes of this type, but it's the most unusual formation, and it's very powerful. So this year is going to be full of powerful aspects, not just this lunation, not just this full moon, but for the whole year, because all the big planets are going to stay in this position. So for the rest of the year, all the big planets on one side, with perhaps the moon sometimes will be wandering over as a handle to it. But this is going to be true for the whole year, and it's going to make all the happenings big doings, very important. So we're gonna look around the chart here. We see that the moon and Jupiter are conjunct, inspiration for everything spiritual. And with the next new moon, which is going to be happening in Capricorn in a couple weeks, it'll be in Capricorn, the moon and sun in Capricorn. This is where you'll start putting things in a structure, start really doing the building. So today we're thinking about all these wonderful spiritual ideas and insights and plans, and we can start really building a firm foundation on that in a couple of weeks. And Uranus is here in Taurus. That is ruled by Venus. And Venus is over here next to the sun and also Mars. So we have a strong masculine, feminine, the divine feminine, and also masculine energy all blending in a very tight way. That is very interesting, and it's a really beautiful signature for this moon. We have things happening in Aries because it's in the Aries, Aquarius, and Gemini, and also Pisces sector. So we have all these things happening. Neptune will be moving into Aries once and for all. For many, many years to come, Neptune's going to be in Aries, and this is a real starting new spiritual energy with Saturn giving it structure and built to last. So once this Neptune budges over into Aries, you're going to feel a big change. And we have the Aquarius sector with Pluto and Mars. Mars will be heading into a conjunction with Pluto. This does have some warlike things going on here, and we know what they are. And we'll talk further in the Indian prognostication about the wars that are going on, about Middle East, and also in naturally the Russian and Ukrainian thing is not showing signs of immediately ending. And especially we've got these factors are showing up strong in Putin's chart. He's not going to be giving up easy. He's going to be fighting as hard as he can, but his timeline is looking very much like a parallel to Trump's. And they're both exiting stage left, as Linda would say. So he's going to put up a good fight for a while, but it's not going to last forever. Have no fear about that. And we're going to talk about that war and what we can do about it. What we can actually do some things as individuals that will help in this, and we'll be talking about that. So put a pin in that, and we're going to get back to that. And this Pluto Mars things does have some violent things, so we might see them in the Aquarian sector, which is internet things, communications, modern technology. There might be some hackers. There might be some hackers and some internet people sabotaging internet or communications or energy structures, what you call the infrastructure of your electrical. This is electrical stuff that we have Mercury and Aquarius and Pluto and Uranus all on fire. So this is solar flares. The systems might go down. So just take precautions. You might have trouble with hackers. Protect your computers, back up all your things, back up on your computer and your phone, and also, take precautions like malware bites or something, from malware and viruses, antivirus protection, and take reasonable care against those people that might want to invade you. You'll be okay. It's no big deal, but just take precautions. And you really should, just in case it's affecting the banking industry here in America. This Pluto, this stuff is hitting us in strong in the second house and finances. So you might want to have some cash on hand just in case there's trouble with the banks for a day or two. It's not going to be the end of the world or anything, but in case there is some hacking and some systems might go temporarily down, nothing to be scared about. Just have some cash on hand and, some supplies, canned goods and stuff, just a regular thing as a preventive measure. And generally, you do those preventive things, you're not going to need it, but just in case, you'll feel better. And there is some funny business in the air, so it could happen. It's going to be kind of a wild and crazy ride here. I was thinking about something that happened. My dad was he had been a trail guide in the Rockies when he was young. He took horseback parties, men on horseback, way up into the high country in the Rockies, into lakes where they would go fishing and stay there for the week or two, and then he'd bring them back down. And he loved horseback riding. So one day, it was Father's Day, I thought, oh, he loves horseback riding. For his Father's Day present, I'm going to sign us up for a nice horseback trail ride over by where Debra lives. If Debra, you know where Black Mountain is. We went horseback riding there, and they gave me a horse I should have known with the name Witch, and it was pure black horse. That was a little shaky. This horse got spooked by like a gopher sprung out of a hole, and this horse just took off like lightning. Like I could barely hold. All I could do was hold on. There was no controlling this horse or getting it to stop. I just had to hold on and try not to fall off. But that's sort of the way. This is how we're going to feel this year. That's the image I have of how this wild ride that we're having. And there could be some rough spots, but in the end, we're going to look back and it'll be the thrill of your lifetime. You'll say, wow, I was so lucky to be born at this time. There will have some rough spots, and especially toward the first part of the year, it's going to be a little rougher. And then later on, it's going to be in the second part of the year, like the most significant year for humanity and recorded history. I mean, in terms of our spiritual evolution, changing timeline, I mean, things are really gonna really happen in a big way. And I know that many of you folks here, I know you, and I've seen your charts, and I know that many of you were present in the places known as Atlantis, Lemuria, or Mu, when the cycle, as Earth is a cyclical place, and that's why astrology works so beautiful for the Earth, not so for other places. But here we have cycles that we repeat, and those experiences that were had by humanity in ancient times in Atlantis and in Lemuria didn't end so well, and we are redoing it now, and we're going to come out on the right side this time. We're coming out. We've learned some lessons, and things are going to turn out better. But humanity does have a bit of a memory, like a genetic memory from those days. That's why when we see a comet or something in the sky, we're going, oh my goodness, because Atlantis, went down by a big asteroid or comet coming down in the Caribbean. They found and made a big impact that was really terrible. So humanity looks at sometimes with foreboding. There's none of this foreboding is happening with 3i Atlas. It's not going to hit us. It's not going to hurt us, and it's not a spaceship. It does have some alien technology in terms of monitoring probes so that they can see what's going on, but it's nothing frightening. So don't worry about that, but it does introducing us to a higher cosmic vibration and reminding us that yes, we are star seeds. We're all born from essence of the universe, of galaxies and etc. So we just don't have very many records that have survived from back there, like the Mayan and the Egyptian and the Minoan or Cretan civilizations had people from Atlantis that managed to escape, or they knew it was coming, and they were able to go to Mexico, to the Yucatan Peninsula, especially the pyramids there, to Egypt, in places in the Mediterranean. There are signs, and we haven't uncovered the real records like the emerald tablets, and there are records under the Great Sphinx that are about to be uncovered that will give us more details, because we don't have a real clear memory of this event. Boy, why does my air conditioner always go on? How can it do that at this time of night? I'm sorry, let me get this turned off. Okay, it should go off. I hope you're not hearing it too loud. Anyway, things are going to be uncovered under the Great Sphinx, and we will have more memories. We are switching timelines, and we're going a higher frequency. And the people that are here in this group are interested in spiritual things, and if you are interested in love dimension, you are high in recognizing gratitude and kindness and the spiritual connection with people, not the other camp that is working on division between people, on racism and hate and fear. If you're in that timeline, things that will end up differently for you, and we won't be seeing those people in the distant future because we're going to be in a different earth than them. So the vibration that you keep up will guarantee you your ticket, So in times like when we have the Mars-Pluto conjunction that's coming up here, it happens every couple of years. It does have aggressive aspect, and it is touching the birth chart of Russia, and we also have affection that's Pluto in the birth chart of America. So the United States and Russia are both being particularly amplified by these transits. And it's one other thing is volcanic activity, Mars and Pluto's volcanic activity. We might see some of that in Hawaii, but I think that we're going to see it happening more off the Russian coast. There's a prediction for undersea volcano. There will, with some damage and deaths resulting, but we're going to talk about that at the end of the presentation. From the Indians have some interesting things to say about that topic. So put a pin in that, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a moment. This thing hasn't stopped. Let me try it again. I'm sorry.
We can't hear it. You're
You
the only
can't
one.
hear it, really? Oh, it sounds to me like I'm in an airplane hangar. Okay, if you can't hear it, I did put the noise cancellation. It really is so loud here, I can hardly hear to think.
It's all good.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, so there are some, I just bought a generator, which I really bought it from my electric car, but a generator is a handy thing to have on hand if you're in a place where you might have a power outage. And but we're very fortunate to be born in this time. When all of the kerfuffle is over, we're going to be saying, wow, that was really a fantastic ride. And we're going to be assisted by our intergalactic friends and relatives, and we'll be talking about that at length. So we talked about the full moon, and so very briefly, the major influences in 2026 will be fleshing out each week a little bit more detail. But just the kind of general things are that we're going to have science technology, AI, communications. AI is just going to explode. We're going to have some kind of warfare in that area, like hackers and maybe things, so you just be on the lookout. We're going to have some flare-ups in the wars, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But nothing, not Armageddon. There's not going to be any nuclear war, and there, it's I think, just we're clearing out, we're purging. It's the Pluto part. We're purging all of the caca in our societal way we do things that's based on hate and not love. And so it's going to be all right. So just here, I do want to talk now about this unusual way of prognosticating, of forecasting that they have in India. Now, some of you may have been to India. I have a teacher from India that Debra and I have been talking about. This teacher. His name is Satya Sai Baba. He's not on the earth plane now. He's passed on. But great teachers like that in India are like Christ energy and really spiritually evolved people that are able to tap into other dimensions, as we're just putting our toe in the water and learning about interdimensionality and time, going forward or backward in time, because in reality, Earth is the time dimension is linear, but if people in spirit aren't limited by that, because they recognize everything is here and now. So if we have our oversoul here and there's a little projection here, or we're in the Renaissance, and over here we're in the year 2000, and here we're in way in the future, but all of these things can be bridged when when the time element is eliminated, as it is when you're in spirit. So these ancient sages in India, who were those ethereal bodies, people able to tap into they were living really in the spirit realm and one foot on earth, being here to help us. They wrote down records, and the only way I can say it's like the Akashic records, just mountain of energy, of information. They wrote this information on the material they had thousands of years ago, which were palm leaves. So they wrote these sacred texts on palm leaves, and in these texts there are references that you can actually get a personal reading through these. It's really a fascinating way of forecasting the future. There is a part of the records do deal with personal readings, and part of them deal with societal tendencies. And then there's one part of it that is very, very strange, and that's what we're going to talk about today. This overlaps what we have in astrology, when it's called as horary astrology. When, let's say, you come to me and you say, I lost my wedding ring, where can it be? There's a special branch of astrology that is determined by the time you ask me that question. So if you ask me, say it's 6:35 on January 2nd, we look at that moment and can answer a question of that type, depending on the moment in which you ask the question. So in India, they have these palm leaves that are written thousands and thousands of years ago, and there's a whole section of them that are dedicated to the time that a person asked the question. So they somehow knew when a person is going to ask a question, because they could feel the future, and they wrote down that moment in time and the question that person were going to ask, and gave the answers. So if you want to know more about this, I was looking at this YouTube channel. There is a lady with her name is, and her YouTube channel is Vinita Dubey Pandey. She's Indian, and this particular video just came out like a day ago, called Astonishing Predictions for 2026 from the ancient Nadi messages. Nadi are those palm leaves that we're talking about. So you might, if you want further information, you can see on her website. She does have a website, but she has a YouTube channel where she talks about this. And I'm going to just sum up the part that's interesting for us, because there were like 5 questions, and 3 of them are kind of more interesting for people in the Indian culture. So we're going to focus on the 2 things that we would be interested in hearing. But it's kind of like going into the Akashic records and saying, okay, I'm asking this question on December 16th. Let's see, she wrote down the exact time that she said the question. Her question was formed on December 15th, 2025 at 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time. So she submitted this time. And her question, she had 5 questions, and 3 of them we're not going to really touch on because they'd be more interesting if you were in the Indian culture. 2 of them we will look at the answers. They were all really interesting, but we're just going to focus on the 2 that are pertinent to our lives today. And so the 2 questions we're going to hear about were submitted to 4 different readers of the leaves. So in India, you find a reader of these palm leaves, and you say, I'm asking this question on December 15th at 6 a.m. and I want to know about the main events happening in 2026 relating to important human events like warfare or general things that would be of interest to humanity that would have big repercussions. And so she sent these questions to 4 different readers, 4 different people that look at those leaves to find that time. December 15th, December 16th was the day, and then the questions. And they searched through these old leaves and found that time and those questions. 3 of them responded that they had found the answers. 1 of them didn't respond yet. Maybe he's still looking because there are a lot of leaves to look through. But 3 of the people responded and they got the answers for the questions. So the 2 questions we're going to look at are basic predictions for 2026. And the other question we're going to look at is about aliens, about government disclosure and alien technology. So she submitted the question with the time and day, and we're going to look at those 2 questions. So regarding the 2026 predictions in general, these are the answers that the Indians had written down thousands of years ago. We don't know how many thousand. They're so ancient, and they're really, really old. So according to the ancient Indians, thousands of years ago, in 2026, here's the answer. The United States will have an indirect war, perhaps a trade war or something with Europeans. So indirect war, like not really open conflict, but some kind of kerfuffle. It could be like a trade war, some general feeling that that's not treating them like they're our allies that they have been in the past. And then there will be another war that is, and this is a specific, people of another religion where where these people who have been devastated, they don't have food or their homes have been destroyed, no food, and there will be an escalation in the war here. Now that clearly, we can't miss that reference, which is Gaza. The people that have no homes and no food and they've been totally devastated, there'll be a little escalation there. So that's saying things have not yet quite reached the peak, that these poor people are still suffering a bit more. But here was the good news. The good news is, it was stated in the ancient text that that means the people who are on earth right now, you and I and all the people in this room can actually lessen the effect of these wars by meditation, prayer, and what they call puja, which is like a purification ritual. And if we do that, we can lessen the effect, and it actually works. I had seen a science experiment. This is not related to the Indian puja. It's a science experiment that had been done many years ago, and I don't have the details, but it'll come to me. Maybe I can find it for you next week, the details. But this experiment was done by setting up markers all around the world. You know how they have markers for tidal waves? Like there's markers in the ocean that measure how high the sea is, and they know when a tidal wave is coming, kind of like that, but measuring psychic energy, just the different vibrational energy in the earth, like through like the machines that measure lie detectors and stuff like that. And so they had all these psychic these markers all over the world, and then they had large groups of people at the same moment around the earth, meditating on peace and harmony and really focusing on that energy in a large group. And the spikes, it showed a giant spike on the readings of the scientific instruments. That energy completely changed, and there was less fighting, less bombing, less violence, less people died in the wars, less bad things happened at those times, and it was measurable, and they repeated these. So it is true that it may seem like a pie in the sky idea, but it's actually factual. You can affect these wars and bad things that are happening around the world, as well as for the volcano that we're going to talk about, if you do, send good positive thoughts and meditation on this. And I think we should mention when these are coming more close, because they have given times to some of these things. We should tell, like Linda G's para group and people like that, to put some extra juice on that. They gave another prediction. These are the Indians again, 2026, and this has got a lot of detail. This is unusual. They gave a date. The dates would be somewhere in the range of April 15 to May 15. So in the springtime, April 15 to May 15, a huge undersea volcanic eruption in that range, with damage and some deaths, but that can be again partly mitigated if we have the prayer and good thoughts about this. But this ties in with the Mars-Pluto thing and astrology exactly. So the volcanic eruption under the sea, and it's looking like it's the country of origin where this is going to happen. It looks like Russia, because the ruler of the country that's going to be affected fits the description of Putin exactly. So I'm thinking there's a little peninsula in the Pacific Ocean that sticks out from the eastern coast of Russia. It's right above North Korea. There's a peninsula that's been having some eruptions. If you watch Stefan Burns, I love his channel. Stefan Burns really talks about this a lot. And there have been some major events in that area, and I'm thinking it's in that Russian peninsula right on the sea that this is going to happen, and it's very close to North Korea. So the date is specific, in the springtime, April, May, and it's going to be also affecting Japan. So Japan is going to get it too, and in that same time frame there. But I think that those areas are the ring of fire. Once one happens, then it sort of triggers other ones happening around the ring of fire. So looks like Russia and Japan are going to get hit with something kind of strong. And this ties in with the Mars-Pluto thing of armaments, ammunition of war, like gunfire, the kind of thing that we're seeing in the Caribbean going on, and the things the strikes that the Israelis are doing, the Gaza stuff and stuff like that, and some drought and diseases. And these are being magnified in places and by people who are narrow-minded and racist and divisive in terms of hating other racial groups instead of loving everyone. The religious conflicts in the name of religion, and that's an oxymoron. A religion should be, God is all. We are all part of God, and it's stupid to be fighting for religious reasons. It makes no sense. So an oxymoron, it just doesn't add up. But people do that, and they've been doing it for thousands of years. But this is phasing out. This is the last throes of this kind of nonsense before we enter the age of Aquarius. Okay, so we're looking for unity and peace because we are entering the new age. Now, here's another really specific, interesting prediction from high probability of this, January 15th to the February 15th, scientific terrorism. Scientific terrorism, damage to the internet, communication services, cyber warfare, hacking. Be cautious, take precautions. I already said it. Back up your hard drives, info on your phones, but anti-malware, antivirus, cash on hand, stock up on canned goods. I got a generator, so I'm set. And I have a lot of cat food. Yep. So, okay, here comes the most interesting. I found this question the most interesting. So we saved the most interesting for last. It was her question number 4. And question number 4 was about aliens. Here's the question. Are there aliens and beings that come to the planet Earth? Do governments know about them? And will aliens become visible to people? Will the governments disclose information about these aliens? And are we humans using alien technology? So this lady, we need to ask that question on December 15th or 16th, I forget it, 6 in the morning, to these sages who answered the question thousands of years ago. And here's what the answer said. And this is so weird. It's so strange. And this lady that is an expert in this said she's never heard of anyone else asking this question or heard of them talking about it ever. This is a first. And this just happened. You know, this is the first time that we know of that this question has been addressed. So here's the answer. Yes, there are beings on other planets that come and go, but humans cannot always see them. And the second very renowned reader said that many beings and aliens have been coming and going as they are very far advanced in their technology. Their movements cannot be caught immediately by the technical equipment of human beings on Earth. Satellites above Earth also cannot capture their images or movements because they move as fast as the speed of light, and our current technology is not capable of understanding who these aliens are. No government will accept and announce this truth as they are totally frightened and ashamed. That's what they said thousands of years ago. People on Earth are unable to use their technology because aliens are so far advanced that only the tiniest fragments of their technical knowledge has been revealed to we humans. And the third interpreter of the Indian palm leaf gave further details. He said, there will be many wonders and miracles in the future related to this knowledge from other planets. Some things the governments will disclose and some things will be kept secret. There are beings on other planets who will become known in the future. Things which we can't and do not know today with our modern technology and methods will be revealed to us in the future. There will come a time when it will be possible for humans to go and live on other planets. There will be a change in the universe that we see and the future souls who will be born on those other planets. So remember, these predictions that I just read to you were for the year 2026, and they were found on 3 separate Nadi palm leaves that were written on thousands of years ago. And it said, beginning in 2026 and continuing in the following years, these things will be revealed. And I just thought it was so interesting. So that was the predictions. If you want to see more about it, this lady on her YouTube channel had more information and more details. But I found that so interesting, and we keep that in mind for the coming year because it's going to be a rough ride. And if you have this little framework, you know what's going on, you'll be less shocked, less surprised, more prepared, and you can keep calm and you can remain happy because you know that everything is working out perfectly according to the divine plan. We're purging some things from the past that won't be easy. You know, think colonics are not fun, but you feel better when it's over. It's going to be much better when at the end of the year, things are going to take a big change and we are going to begin the first baby steps of disclosure. And so there we have. Now I went blabbing on too long, leaving us too little time for our readings that Deborah's going to do. But
Oh, we don't have to. No, we got time.
okay.
Let me see if I can make everything a little bigger. I don't know if I can. There we are. There we are. So everyone, thank you so much. That was interesting, really interesting how that worked out.
Isn't that an interesting thing that those Nardi palm leaves? I've known people that have done that and had personal readings done in this manner, and they were just like blown away by.
And it's
by the
written
accuracy.
on leaves.
They're
So
written on palm leaves from thousands of years ago.
So if I had a reading,
Yeah.
I would ask a question, they'd note the time and then look up the leaf that had the answer.
Yes, and some of the personal readings are not dependent on the time you ask the question because it's just in there. And some of them are it's kind of like a search engine. So if you go to the Akashic records and you say, I'm asking this question on December 16th at 6 a.m. and then it'll read out all the other stuff, and then it finds everything that's asked at December 6th at 6 a.m. and then you find the questions that you asked, and then bingo, there's the answer. It's so weird.
Wow.
It's a very weird thing.
That's
But
really
those
interesting.
people in India, you know, thousands of years ago, they were very, those special sages were ethereal beings that were not limited to the dimension of time and space that we have here. They were able to see the whole picture all at once, and they wrote it down. They knew who was going to come and ask the question. How do they know? I don't know.
That's amazing.
I was telling Deborah, I made 3 trips to India, and I saw things that could not be.
She met Sai Baba.
Yeah, I met Sai Baba 3
So
times.
she got the ash because he creates ash. And I got to tell you, I did talk to you about that, and you gave me some vibhuti, which is the ash, and I did do a ritual, a ceremony with the ash. Yep.
I always have a package handy. These are folded up. He materializes this ash out of thin air on his birthday. Out of a little tiny vase, he would get a little cup and go like this, and it'd start falling out, and it ended up like a 6-foot high mountain of this ash that was made from nothing, and then they put it in little packages that give it to people.
And then there have been people who have his picture and put it in a frame and everything, and the frame will collect ash.
The ash comes out.
It'll come through. So I did have a picture of him, and I was waiting for my ash, but it didn't come in. But he has come through for me this last ritual. It was amazing. On what was it, New Year's Eve? I got 5,000 subscribers. I mean, my gosh, it was just these little blessings coming through. And
well, you deserve it. You deserve it. You've been doing such great work.
Well, thank you so much. It's Edward, you're here.
I'm proud to have you as my
thank
friend.
You. Thank you so much. Same here, girlfriend. I've got some new people that I haven't seen before. Shooting Star is here, and Melba. Do you remember Melba from our class?
Yes.
Yes, she's here. She's here. Edward,
well,
I see you.
We need all you light workers to get it here because you can save the world.
And there's some other new ones in here, and I'm sorry if I missed you. But let me tell you what's going on. We've got the hashtag new for the tool, the Pick Me tool, giveaway tool. Oh, I think I saw Linda Kennedy here too. I wanted to say hi. Anyway, but we had if you donate, send a sticker, or grab a membership, you don't have to spend to get your reading. So I've got about 6 in the queue. So I'm gonna give the new member the I don't even know if you're here. If I don't know if I can do a timestamp. I guess I could do a timestamp. 6:54 if you're not here, and put it in the chat. But I don't. It doesn't matter if you're not here. I want to thank you for being a new member. It means the world to me, and I'm going to give you a reading. I was looking for your question and didn't find it, so I'm going to give you just a general reading from Spirit real quick here. And then what Lalit will do is move into her energy. And if she picks up something, she'll let us know. She'll break right in and let us know. By the way, I've got Mary Thornberry here, Lalit. She says she would like a general, and you have her chart. So the waters of March is here. And I'm giving you, how I do a general is that Spirit will tell me what to talk about. And the subject matter is your movement. Either you're moving too fast, not moving enough, all of that stuff. But we're going to find out because the next reading is, oh, yes. All right. So it has something to do with family or close friends that, so to find out if you're moving too fast or you have an idea, a movement that's kind of sharp and everything, either you have it now or you're going to have it imminently. And the momentum behind that isn't as clear as you would like, because I have the family or friends around you, and also a little bit of argument. I don't want to predict that because you can choose differently and you can in an instant. But it looks like that's queuing up, and it's because you're moving forward with an idea that might not synchronize up to the situation. And my readings for this time is not 1 month, but 1 week, because we go 1 week. So it's going to be, it's going to be in sometime soon, but you'll have an opportunity to choose. So if you have this impulse for family or close friends or old friends that are even one sibling that you maybe not get along with or something like that, then just understand that there might be an opportunity for you to not speak, not move forward. In fact, I have a feeling that they might want you to do something physically, because it was wands that we're talking about physical stuff, talking about doing something physically that either you'll be better at that than them. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's just Spirit asking you to slow down and maybe think differently about the situation. Take a pause. That's all you need, is a pause. I'll bless you and leave you with that. And the next one is Marby. And she gave a beautiful super sticker. And I do believe you asked for a general. And it doesn't matter if you're here or not, your timestamp. I'm going to put your timestamp in. I hope I can do that. March and Marby. So the first card out, same with wands, and it implies that you're not seeing the future clearly. No worries about that. This is very interesting. So this is my message to you. It's like a guide saying, yeah, we know we haven't synchronized up her blessing the way she wants to see it. And right this minute, she's a bit frustrated with it. And and again, I have an older woman that's going to come in, or it's a woman that has dominion over some part of your life. This could be an accountant, a boss. It could be someone who holds your money, someone who holds your power. Your might be a real estate thing, like a rent, or your landlord or something. That's just going to be in a bad mood. I'm sorry for all the bad mood stuff here, but it looks like getting back into the swing of it with the new year and everything. Maybe someone's going to be crabby, but I got to tell you, you just what your best guess and your impulse spirit is saying. Bravo! It looks like you let it pass. You let the cup pass and the energy pass without judgment, but there is justice. So just allow it to pass by. If she's upset, just wait before you respond and consider not responding at all, which is unlike you, that type of thing. So that's what I would suggest for you. But there is an opportunity for you to see that in action coming up real soon. I have somebody, it looks like, there's someone signed up for the class, the numerology workshop. I only have one day left, and that is the 17th. So it's on my website. So I won't go into that. I won't go into that song and dance right now. Sue Toffee has wanting. Thank you for becoming a new member. And Sue, I heard that you had to move, and I'm here to say, being authentic. I know we've read for you before, Sue, about the situation about housing. And I'm here to say I was listening to Val and Kaylee, and I heard your story. I think I heard it right. And your situation, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. So that was a pretty big deal for me when I heard that. And I'm glad you're settled. I know it's hard to move and everything. But Mary has been gifted this reading, just a general, and this and
Is this Mary Thornberry?
Thornberry.
Mary, this is your natal chart, and you have this lunation happening in Cancer, Jupiter and the Moon. Remember, so Jupiter and the Moon, all goodness. Your second house, that's money and things that bring you joy. So this is a time for this. This is a time for you to really indulge yourself in some happiness, and you may have some kind of a windfall. And all the other planets are over here in the 8th house, other people's money. So it could be some kind of an inheritance or some kind of money coming from a mortgage or insurance money or something coming to you, some kind of a windfall. Pluto is going to be hitting all of these things in Aquarius one after the other. Remember me saying how unusual it is to have all these planets in one place. Look what you have in Aquarius, girl. Saturn, Mars.
We don't see it.
You don't see it?
No.
Oh
let me grab her just a minute.
I
For those that
do you see it now?
Yeah, let me hide her.
Can you see
hide this? Just a minute. Let me make you big. Let me make you big.
Okay. All right. So the second house is where you've got the lunation in Cancer, Jupiter and the Moon right here. This is all good thing, good fortune, and buy a lottery ticket. I'm kidding, but you never know. There is some good luck available to you here at this time between things you value, not just money, and things that are valuable and important to you. Other people's money might come a windfall. You are having some difficult time of Pluto going over all of these things for a long time to come. So your life is going to be a continuous changing scenario that is very unique to you. Some things very unusual are going to be happening to you in this future time, and you have some chance to do some very unusual things and to develop your healing energy there. Your healing help is a really good gift of yours to share with other people. There are people out there who need to receive your gift. So there's Mary. Love you. That's a great chart, Mary.
And whenever anybody says unusual change or just the word change, we always panic because that's a humorous thing. Uh, and she says, "Okay, thank you. I feel it, and I'm happy, but things are not great. But
Uh-huh.
I believe change is coming, or you can change now, and just assume that just even if it's just like 1 hour." That whatever is not great, it either doesn't matter that it's not great or it's okay. It's great. It's fine. You don't label it. I know it's just an exercise, but if you can free your mind of that well-worn neural pathway of the not great stuff and consider walking away from it or big changes yourself, you make the changes, that kind of thing. But if you could practice it for 1 hour, then it kind of breaks that cycle and maybe you could have a breath of fresh air.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant, Deborah. That's so true. And I like to say it like this. It's not what happens on the outside that's important, but it's what is important is your reaction to that. Because if you can maintain in the face of disaster, it may appear to be disaster, but it's not a
It's just
disaster
something
if you
new.
have a proper attitude toward it. And if you have a focus of positive energy, then your outcome is going to be good, no matter how it may look at the moment. If you have a positive attitude that, well, I know something, I have a lesson in this. What is my lesson? What's going on here? I know it's going to come out in the long run. Then it really will. It really will. That's how the universe works. It's easier said than done, but
Yeah, it is. But you know what? I just saw this. I know you're not in the queue. Pam, and thank you so much for coming. We have either someone donating or something like that gets a reading for sure. And or you can put hashtag new and be in the queue to get a reading. But remember to listen to all the readings because this is going to help you out of your tower moment. And girlfriend, I know exactly what you feel like. I said, oh, but that's the first way to recognize it. Oh, I'm having a tower moment. It doesn't really mean that you have to like redo your whole life. It just feels catastrophic right now. But just saying that, my love, makes you the observer of it instead of the victim of it. And that's the encouragement. And you say, oh, there it is. That's my tower. That's my tower hour. And you've had plenty of them in your life, plenty of them. And if you get a reading, then I can get more specific. But remember, we've always been able to make things happen and that our towers have always been okay. So that's the encouragement I'll leave you with right now. But do hashtag new in the chat so you're in the queue. I've got 1, 2, 3. I have 3 more ones, and it's strawberry rhubarb. Thank you for your donation. Interested in your general for reading on finances. Let me see how this works here. I'm going to do a Celtic on you because you already claimed pentacles and that's not what came out. So I'm just going to move a few cards around here and see. Ooh, you're a smart one. The last card and the 10th card is the Queen of Swords. So bravo. That's you and I both are the Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. So it looks pretty bad now. It looks like you have like right this minute kind of thing. I could see through the cards how you're perceiving the situation. It's not catastrophic, of course, but it's like you're thinking to yourself, do I give this up or do I give that up? I don't know what to do, but I don't like being in this spot. It could be family as well, because I have the six of cups reverse. Family, old friends, kind of there's a break from that. That doesn't surprise me here at the holidays, because sometimes it's like, that's the last Christmas I'm going to worry about that or this, So nonetheless, but yours is in finance. So I can see that you're going to be just fine. You've done everything. I have the Hermit reversed, which means you're going through the motions. Spirit is asking you to not do the motions, to just be quiet with it, because you're not going to get the answer right away. Now, everything's going to be so good, but it's just going to take its space. And I'm asking Spirit, is there something you have to do to get the world? I mean, you're going to be triumphant in everything, in a big way, and everything. I'm asking, is there something that you need to do or say to change, to hurry this up or change the destiny? You don't want to change this destiny. So I'm going to say, no, there's nothing you have to do. It's up to you to decide whether to worry about it or not. I would like you to just spend 1 hour not concerned about it. Also, Spirit is saying, go out and have some fun. 3 of Cups. That's in your environment. So usually it's socializing with people. I mean, it could be you're on your own, but go out and have a nice glass of wine with friends. So about finance, Spirit is saying it's feeling bleak right now and uncertain. And Spirit is just asking you to relax about it. They're working on the other side. It's almost like I said before, wait, we're working on this. Just let us, you don't have to lose sleep. We got you. That's what I'm getting. So I hope that helps. I got to have a reading with her, with Strawberry Rhubarb. She called me for a reading. It was just great, really, really great. And I've got Sue Toffee donated to Kelly, and we've got here, can I have a read on the next 3 months? I don't do 3 months. Well, let's see if Spirit is going to give me 3 months. I usually do 1 month increments, but this is a gift, and I'm just going to do the Celtic, and the Celtic's going to tell me how long they can mention things. Gosh, this is a freaking good, this is such a freaking good reading. Oh my gosh. So you've got so many cool things. You've got the 2 of Wands. What's that?
My kitty was talking to me. I'm sorry.
The 2 of Wands, it means you're moving just fine, little baby successful steps. And it looks like something is going to right away or imminently going to start new. I've got the Page of Cups. So if you're thinking about finances, if you're working on getting a job or getting a partner or something like that, there's a fresh new passion coming in. And this is an imminent thing. It's not, you don't have to wait 3 months. It does look like the next month is going to, like January, is going to be like super fast stuff in a really cool way. I like the way this card is coming around. Oh, I get it now. I get it. Okay. So how I read, Kelly, is that if I do a Celtic, if the 10th card is not a major card, I keep laying cards down, each representing about 30 days until I get a major, and that just ends the read. But with this one, it keeps kind of going. So whatever's percolating right now is going to be a real positive ride on it. So I'd suggest that I'll give you a hint of what is going to be asked of you. And that is movement. Ace of Wands coming up. They're going to ask you to start moving away from something you've had a lot of time. So I've got a little broken heart. You're afraid of having a broken heart, maybe, or something that's in the hopes and fears. And I do have the reverse 7 of Cups. The reverse 7 of Cups, upright, it means you're full of creativity and you're not grounded at all. Reversed means you're grounded. So that makes me very happy. It looks like next month, February, you're going to walk away from something you've put a lot of time and effort into. The Eight of Cups. This is a wonderful card because by the time you get this card, you've already grieved whatever you're going to give up, and it's easy peasy. And then we go into wishes fulfilled. So you have very promising a few months coming up. So I'll bless you and leave you with that. And we've got Donna Ortiz. Happy holidays. Yes, hello. I didn't catch your. Oh, Pam, wonderful. Pam just gave a donation as well. And if you want to put your birth date down in the comments, I'd appreciate it. I didn't. Did you want just a general, Donna? I didn't catch your question, if you had one. And yeah, so I don't see it. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a general. But thank you so much for the donation. That helps so much. Spirit wants me to talk about your heart, your feels. Let's talk about your feels, and you're getting new ideas about things in a big way. And it has two men involved. We won't tell Maverick. But it looks like there's a new idea with the Ace of Swords. It's a brand new one. And it does reveal the Four of Swords reverse. The Four of Swords of reverse means you're battling things out in your mind. When Spirit is saying, calm down, we want this upright, rest after a long battle, relax. I mean, it's easier said than done. I hate to be flip like that, but I've got the King of Swords and the King of Cups coming in. They're both upright, so they're friends. I don't know if they're friends with each other's, but they're not going to spring anything on you. So it looks like you're going to have some interesting conversations, but in a good way. Understand that whatever these people say to you, you're going to feel deeply. Ace of Cups. So this whole reading was for your feelings. So I'm going to caution you into not speaking through your feelings to these guys. And that's the only caution that I kind of feel. In other words, you're a passionate person. I'm the same way. When someone says something to me, I either get really excited, I get all excited and want to go for it. And then other times, so it's basically how I feel about something. It's going to give me momentum to say or do something. And I just get this feeling that you have to coast. It's because not take a pause, in other words, and that's all because of the reverse Four of Swords. If that was upright, I'd be fine. But your reaction might be something that it's just a practice session as well. When I say you can choose differently, if you overreact and get all emotional and stuff, that's just part of your charm. It just means you have range. So don't get down on yourself. This is just eye-opening, giving you a choice on what to do. But these guys look really good, really good. And here's Pam Aid. Thank you for the donation. I didn't mean to twist your arm. I'm a 22. Oh, I see. Yes, you're a 22. I don't like it when my world crumbles. Of course. I'm the viewer that owns a salon. I owned a salon too. I'm raising the rent on the girls bigly, and they are uprising. Oh, girl, I've been there. This is how you handle it. I swear it's going to work. This has to be done. This price is my price. If you would like to leave, I would hate to lose you, but the only way I can keep a proper roof over this business and offer you what I do, I have to have this money. And don't think, this is just woman to woman, hairdresser to hairdresser, salon owner to salon owner. It's not the psychic one, but I will, and I know it's a tower moment, then you have to be brave, and somebody might leave. In fact, somebody might even take the whole group away, but you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and move into this. Oh, yes. So right now, because I did 5 cards and I'm thinking, how is she feeling really? You do have everything you need with the Magician. You do have everything you need to be successful, except you need the bravery. That's the only thing the Magician is lacking. Yeah, you're fearing that you're not going to have enough. You're going to. It's like guilt and remorse. That was the 5 of. I get so excited. Sorry, let me slow down. That was the 5 of Cups upright, which means you just don't want to regret what you're doing. Okay. And you are still in the battle. Again, the 4 of Swords comes in reversed. I understand that. And you're just about ready to give up. This is the 9 of Wands reversed. Upright, it says, I say, don't give up. Success is right around the corner. But I see that you have kind of given up. And that's certainly a tower moment. I do have the King of Cups reversed. I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to move forward. Oh, I do have the King of Pentacles coming in. So it doesn't matter. Oh, sweetheart, you're losing hope and faith and all that stuff. I so get you. And you've got the Hermit here. The Hermit comes out of the cave. By the way, in the cave, there's like soft music, it's warm, comfortable seating. That's the cave that I know the Hermit lives in. And the Hermit just comes up to you quietly, waits his turn to speak, taps you on the shoulder and say, come here, God has a message for you. And what it means is that you need to move back into your cave and be at peace and prayer with it. Now, that's a tall order because your mind can't slow down to benefit from that. But understand that they recognize you have a decision to make. But I think you're going to do it. Strength card is here. That's grace under pressure. So what I want to offer you is this. You're 22. You're magnificent. You own your own place. You have plenty of room to fail. I'm not saying you are going to fail, but I'm hoping you take that information in and entertain the thought that, hey, I'm 22. I've got a long time. I can make a mistake and recover. This, I don't feel is a mistake at all. Of course, they're going to be upset at the very moment of announcing the price. If you feel like you want to go less or whatever, or do it in increments, you can do that. But I think your plan is since I'm familiar, I had to walk out myself. I had to walk out when I changed to booth space from employee. And I just hired an assistant and I worked myself, and more people came in to fill the spot. It was kind of scary at first, but I had to stay strong, and I was happy with the results. I'm encouraging you to stay strong. At 22, it feels like if you don't do the right thing, things aren't going to work out. But I got to tell you, the right thing is to protect your livelihood, because if you're working your caboose off and not making your own ends meet privately, you're not going to be any good for anybody. So, and overworking and things like that. So I want to bless you and leave you with that. God bless you. This is big, very, very big. So that helps. I love that you said, I say that too. I say to people, oh, I've got a super sticker as well. Thank you. I say that to people where I'm in a tower moment. Feels like a tower. Oh, you're welcome, Pam. I'm glad this worked out. Hairstylists tend to move around a lot. Actually, from salon to salon, not as much as you would think, because if you have a clientele, see, this is the thing, you've built a clientele that's strong and comes to the same address, who knows everybody else, and they will change with you, but some of them will come back to the place where everyone knows their name, that kind of thing, because you have, if I was to, those people who are leaving my salon, if they didn't do it correctly, they would lose clients, and they did lose clients. So it's just you're going to be okay. And I'm so happy you're doing it at 22. I had to do it older, and it was really tough, but you're 22, just go for it, girl. Anyway, where am I here? I just got another sticker. Oh my gosh, thank you. So it's Christy. And Christy, did you write your question down, sweetheart? Or would you like a general? Maybe a general, since I'm not seeing it here. Thank you so much. Look at the sweet face. Oh, the first card out is a major card telling me that we want to talk about major things like spiritual things. It's the higher. Let's talk about that. And Spirit is very happy that at this time, it looks like you're thinking outside the box. You're in kind of a pause, but you're not panicked about it, which is good. Yes, you want to start something new, but you may not move forward on it. This is a Page of Wands reverse. So it's something new, moving forward might happen. I'm not sure. Let me see how this worked. Just a moment, because this is an interest. Those of you who read the tarot, here we go. So the first card out is congratulations. You're pausing. You're thinking outside the box with the Hanging Man. And then it comes in the Page of Wands reversed, something that's new coming in, but you're not sure you want to move forward with it. And then we have the Death card reversed. The Death card reverse isn't a bad thing at all. It just means that something has already passed away in your life, a situation, not so much a person like death, real death, but it's a situation, a way you think about things. Something has already passed away and the burden is lifted, but because you've had this struggling with it for so long, you still identify through it. That's what it is. But I'll tell you why I need you to give up the idea that people are a certain way. I'm talking men. And well, I'm just talking men. Anyway, it shows that there's some sort of love messages, kind messages coming your way. And I'm just the reason I'm talking to you right now is to just try to let that love in, because around that love, I'm getting a little indifference, a little I'm being uncomfortable and stuff. So I'm not, it might be, your Prince Charming, Mr. White Sox coming in. It could very well be that, or it could be something, because cups are all about passion, right? Passion and emotion, that type of thing. So, all it's when the one I'm focusing on here is the Death card reverse, because it just means that, I've given up worrying about A, B, or C, and it's really over, but then something keeps bringing it alive in my memory, and it keeps coming to mind. That can be exhausting. And again, you're going to do everything right because you're bringing love in. So I'll bless you and leave you with that. Wow. So we're going a long time tonight. Oh my gosh. Another sticker. Oh my goodness, everyone. Thank you so much. I feel so blessed. Oh my gosh. Your loved ones need you. Even like a general. Thank you so much. Your loved ones need you. You're a new subscriber, I think, or here new. The Spirit wants to talk about money. But it just means that the pentacles come out. And remember, the pentacles are the only suit in the deck that actually lives on the ground. Emotions don't. They flitter around. thoughts don't, swords, they don't do that, and wands don't even touch the ground. They're just moving, moving, moving. There's never steady. So we're talking about anything in your life that's steady, your housing, your car, all that, your relationship. Once you're in a relationship, it moves from cups, which is emotions, into pentacles when you start declaring it husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. And so when you start identifying that as our grounded stuff, then it moves into pentacles and you start looking at that way. Right now it looks like you're very good at what you do. Very good. I've got the three of pentacles, and it looks like there is a solid foundation that you're living around. I have something really wonderful now. The sun comes in reverse. Does that mean you're not feeling the sun? No. The sun is the sun, whether it comes in sideways or backwards. It doesn't matter. The sun is shining somewhere. So understand that wherever this lands, it lightens the load. And it shows here that I'm not going to read it like you can't see the sun or the brightness at all, because all the other cards are shifting into this wonderful, powerful groundedness. There is a situation coming up where you might take a little gamble to the point where you might feel a little uneasy about it. I don't know if it's going to pay off or not. It will lead to a new idea. So I've got a couple of several really cool cards here. Aces are always good news. The Ace of Swords as new ideas coming through. So just remember your worth. I've got two people here in your life. There's a child, because I've got the Page of Cups and I have the King of Swords, and they're reversed. So that might be husband, son. It could be, or daughter. It could be someone older than you or younger than you, that type of thing. But they come in reverse. That means that you'll have a new opportunity to choose your reaction differently. Or just let it pass. And that's going to bring you into this new idea. So bravo on that. I'll bless you and leave you with that. Your loved ones need you. That's lovely. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm ignoring you, Lalit.
Oh no, I've been enjoying these readings so much, and it is so true. So oftentimes, when you're listening to someone else's reading, you get a message for you.
Exactly. Yes. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of people coming in right now. I appreciate this. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board here and go into the starred where. So I have another bonus here, general reading. So it's Andrea Cordova. That's such a romantic name. So I've got swords are coming out. So we're going to talk about your thinking. See if it's good thoughts or stinking thinking. And we're talking about, this is interesting. This reading is interesting because the first card out is the Devil card. We all have our charm, our obsessions, our compulsions, and all that stuff. We all have that. But it's prominent here in this reading. So it's just Spirit acknowledging and kind of giving you a tip of the hat, saying, well, I think what's going to happen with your family, this is the Six of Cups, or old friends or something like that, you're going to parlay back into something you're not fond of. In other words, comparing yourself with them maybe, or something you're obsessive about and compulsive about. So it does show other people. It's not a situation, it's other people. So that's what's most likely going to synchronize up in the first part of the week coming up. We've got the Hierophant reversed, which means you're a rebel. You're more of a spiritualist. You walk away from the traditional meanings of the Bible. You respect it, but you don't adapt to it. Whenever I see the reversed Hierophant, in this kind of reading, I say that you appreciate ritual. You appreciate um, spells, and maybe even, that type of thing, or protocols, right? That's what I want. I do think it has something to do with family of origin. I've got the 10 of Pentacles reversed. The 6 of Pentacles reversed means you feel a little misunderstood and you don't want to give as much. I'm not sure. I'm not looking to see if your reaction to this, if you're still even in the room. Oh, there you are. You had a heart. I don't know if this is coming through in a way that you can relate to. How I usually read is this. It says is this is the most probable future, and I'm going to give you the idea of this. This is what if you're all of your whatever you're saying to yourself, whatever you're saying to others, whatever you're doing, your actions, your thoughts, all of that stuff is synchronizing up a certain situation. And if you don't like that situation, then you do something different inside of it. And again, that's why I'm thinking there might be a challenge coming up, and I've got to bring our devil back again. There's a situation that's coming up that's going to trigger you, right? It'll trigger you back into your quirks, your charm. That's what I'm going to call them. And it's at that point, because as soon as you break away and say, oh, this is, and become the observer, which means, oh, that's, all you have to say is, oh, I think this is what Deb was talking about. Or I don't care what you say to yourself, as long as you become outside of the situation, and then you're able to choose differently. You won't be able to choose differently if the other way, when you're in the emotion of it. So I'll bless you and leave you with that. I hope that helps. If you don't recognize this message right now, you most likely will recognize it coming up. And so then I'm going to move over real quick. I'll bless you and leave you with that, sweetheart. Thank you so much for the donation. And I look at C. Deanne Rowe. I love that. C. Deanne Rowe. Deborah, I watched you with Linda, and I am a 4. How will that be in a 1 year? So the 1 year is a universal year, and that's our society. That's all the world's societies and systems and customs and religion and all of that stuff. That's the global 1 universal year. And within that, what you're asking me is, how will you do with the world changing? And 4s don't usually do change. Like, they don't get up in the morning for change. They like everything kind of centered and solid and orderly and your way, because after all, your way is the best way. You and Life Past 6, I swear. So to have a strong opinion about what's new coming up, I just want to caution you about that, because if you had a 1 personal year, this is the year you go to the buffet and take a bite out of every chocolate and put it back. You have to start anything, or you can start everything you want. You don't have to finish any of it. It's all about your own sovereign self and how you bless yourself. So in a universal language, that would be all our societies, like America and then China and Russia, their peoples are going to start defining who they are. And it's all going to be about what's in it for me, but in a good way. Because for a long time, we have been giving ourselves up. We have been sacrificing, and we're kind of through that, a lot of it. A lot of us are tired of that. And so the tipping point has already been made. So when this 1 universal year comes in, there's going to be changes in government, that type of thing. But there's going to be things, I did say this on Linda G, that we're going to be angry about because of the Democrats, because if you go, we can't go back to what it was before. And I think that's the energy I get from Schumer sometimes, says that, oh, let's just play it safe, right? Because we can't do that again. So we're going to have some of that come in, and we're going to get upset about the old guard and all of that stuff. But the suffering is shared more now. And I know that sounds horrible, but that's how a universal year goes. How you get your own personal year is you add your month and your day together and just add one, because 2026 is the current year. 2026 adds up to be a 10. You drop the 0 and it's a 1. So that's where you would go with that. But you being a 4, I want to read on that a little bit. Because 4s are remarkable. I don't know if they're so by the book, and by their book, I should say, not by the book. It's you have a concept, you have a system, you have a protocol. And in my book, I said about the 4 life path, how to keep a 4 life path person staying in love with you. The first thing is you don't mess with their routines. That's messing with their routines is like throwing glitter on a librarian. It's that bad. So stick with your routines and systems. But how it's going to affect you with the 1 universal year is I'm going to ask you to stay flexible in regards to what's happening on a global level. And when I say flexible, open your heart a little bit and think, this looks like crap right now, and I don't like it at all. And then get it out of your mind and let it work itself out. That's what the 1 universal year is. All these situations got to work themselves out on their own. We can go in March and everything, but it's our responsibility to stay balanced inside these new changes coming up. And now bless you and leave you with that. Let me just grab one more thing here. So I do see, I've got the Empress. Close to nature. This is my cut up deck. Get close to nature. And that is going to move you away from, I also have the Knight of Wands. So it looks like something is going to come in that's going to move you quickly in a fun way, because it's movement. You're going to get a new idea, and move into a different way of expression. And with that, it looks like it's, if you feel unbalanced, go to nature, hold some sand, kick some sand, take your shoes off, that type of thing, and move into that. Tend a garden, plant a garden. All of that counts as being in the Empress energy. And thank you for their donation. Maureen is here. General, regarding my dad, Gail. So I'm not going to read you then. I'm going to read Dad. And I don't know if Dad is alive or not. Dad's energy feels like he's alive. I can't remember. I'm so sorry, Maureen. So I'm gonna give a general to Dale. Oh. Interesting. So he feels, are you, Maureen, you're here. I can see you're here. Can you tell me, aren't you taking care of your parents? Am I on the right track, or am I remembering that wrong? He is with us. Oh, he was in the hospital. Okay, good. Thank you. That centers me enough he adores you. I've got the 2 of Cups here. And an interesting combination. He has the 10 of Wands, which means feeling like he's done everything for everybody. That's a little bit, and it's a choice, taking the burden off. And he feels like he should be taking the burden off of you and not being a burden. He should be providing more for this or that, this, whatever. And that lesson in that is the moon. The moon says that there are things for him, for Gail, that are still undercover. This is an important, yeah, she is. Lalit, you're frozen. Your eyes are twitching, but you might want to go out and come back in again because you are really frozen. Yeah, I think you can still hear me. Nonetheless, it looks like this is a challenge for him, and he's thinking about his wife as well. And yeah, it is pretty entertaining. I hope she sees.
I hear you.
I hope you see yourself here. It's kind of cute. So if you want to, yeah, it's a glitch. That's true. So if you want to sign out and then sign back in on my link, we could do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is this: you might see your father question himself, be maybe crabby or over loving or over apologetic, or you'll see your dad move through things that might feel uncomfortable for you, but it's necessary because of this moon. This is his reading, not yours. So Spirit is telling me that the moon is hiding, he is hiding from him what he needs to know, but through his thought pattern, through his idea that he has to be everything for everybody, or he should be, or whatever his thoughts are doing, this moon will be eliminated. He will figure it out, find out. Entered the I have to remove her now. Sorry, excuse me, just everybody. Now I have to add her back in.
Still bad.
Still there. Yeah, I have to remove you from. I think I'm going to kick the other one out because now I have two of you. I'm going to kick you from the studio. I'll kick guest. So now, I'm sorry I kicked her out, but she has to go away to come back in all the way. Yeah, so there she is. I think she's okay. My daddy worked so hard his whole life, took care of me, and by himself with my brothers. And when he and my mom got divorced, I just love that. Donna Ortiz, you booked for the 3rd. I didn't have that available, I didn't think, but I think your daddy is doing really well, but it's his journey, and that's hard. That's a hard one. It's his journey. So I'd like you to just sit with that. And I know it kills you to see him unhappy. No, you don't have to change it. I have room on the 3rd. I'll just go in and figure out what happened. That's all right, sweetheart. Come in on Saturday. Tomorrow. That's tomorrow. So I'll bless you and leave you with that. I have one more reading, and then that has to be it because I'm overdrawn here. And I ask her to come back in. You're still frozen for some reason.
I hear you, but I can't fix it here on this end. I think it's StreamYard just said, okay, I'm not
because
they're going to block me out.
No, I think I can fix it. Wait a minute. I'm going to remove your channel. I think that's what's problem. I'm going to remove it. So now if you come back in, go away and come back in. I think it'll work because I've closed out your channel. She'll do that. So Candace, can I have a general reading for 2026? You know what? If I would do a 2026 reveal for you if I had your birth date, Candace, but I don't have your birth date. So I can't give you the vibe on that. Here she is again.
Oh, just
still stuck.
You don't have to show my eyes flittering like that. Just
You're cute. You look like you're flirting with us. But what we can do is just keep you here. We can still hear you, and
yeah, I can hear you
typing with everybody. So a general reading for 2026. Oh, good. She gave me yeah. You heard me. Thank you so much. 3026. 80. Thank you so much for putting in your birthday, because I love my numbers. And that gives you an idea, because your personal year number is going to give you the idea of what blessings and lessons are synchronized up for you this year. And when you know what the blessing and lessons is, you know what to double down on and what to pull back on, or recognize as a lesson. And it's, again, being the observer. When you're getting a lesson and you're getting like, well, that didn't work out, and you go, oh, that's what the lesson was. So once you know it, right? So let me just get that information really quick here. And oh man, 2025 was kind of tough. I think maybe a little tough because you're moving into a 3 personal year, which is all about creativity and thinking differently. Let me see your life path number, because that's a number that doesn't change. It's for your whole life. Sister of the 11s. So 2911. So you move through emotion. You filter information through emotion, and you're mad gifted as far as intuition goes. And the thing is that I don't know if you're a practitioner, when you go with your instinct, with your intuition, you have to be vigilant to ask if this is really your intuition or if it's your imagination, because your imagination is wonderful. It's a creative, beautiful thing for sure. So a 3 personal year is 2911 is all good news. It's it's like, this is the year you put pen to paper, you put brush to canvas. This is the year you do that. And if you find the time, if you possibly can find the time, that's going to be great, because it's going to bug you. Maybe I should start a Substack, or maybe I should do that. Maybe it's all about expression. It's all about communication. Your communication is going to be better as well. Candace, yeah, you got a great, yeah, I know. Because let me just reflect on 2025, which was just 2 days ago. Okay. So 2025 is a 2 personal year, which is fine for someone who is really firm with their boundaries, who know their boundaries. But when you're an 11 and you're an empath and you have all that, then you get mixed up into things. You all of a sudden feel obligated because somewhere along the line your communication was, yeah, I'll do that for you, I'll help. And this is something else you might do. Like when someone is talking with you, telling them the story about their life, what you do is you nod, and their opinions and all that stuff. And you do that because you want them to feel like, yes, I'm listening. But then they get the idea that you're agreeing with them on everything. And that's where the trouble begins with empaths. And it's not just for 2911s, for everybody. So be careful about that. And know, so last year was all about getting messed up with saying yes when you really needed to say no, and you get defined. And so I'm sure you've weathered that storm by now, because it gets pretty awful. It really gets awful. If you haven't learned the lesson by the time you get to like September, October, then things get kind of weird and crazy, because that's the year decide who you are in relationship or with relationship. So, thank you, Sharon Sipes. Oh my goodness. Hello. I haven't seen you in a long time. Thank you for promoting me and coming in. Oh my goodness. We've spent a couple of hours here. This has been a great day. I'm sorry we never got to the spin because I had so many generous people in coming through, and she's showing off all my stuff. I love that so much. Let me just go back here, and I do have me assets. Let me see if I have this overlay here. On sale now. I have your number. Isn't that a terrible plug? But there you are. That tells you more about the numbers, and then I'm having a workshop as well. So, and I just love the numbers and would love to teach anybody who wants to learn, because man, what it does is it gives, when you know someone's numbers, you know what the right combination of words are to meet them at their moment. And a lot of you do that because you're sensitives. Okay, I've got one more snuck in that everything's closed, but let me grab that banner about the closed stuff. And I'll go ahead and do this, of course, because I forgot to close the questions.
Do you have a banner with my email on it, Debra? Astrology Vibrations.
And I had that going early.
A half price special. If you want to book one, you can contact me at.
You have a special?
Yeah, half price, New Year's. Happy New Year. Astrology Vibrations at Gmail.
I've got it here. Just a second. Let me go. Oh my goodness, where is it? I've got so many little banners. Lalit. Okay. Oh, we're here for entertainment purposes.
Snide remarks.
Yes. I had that one where you book a reading. There it is. Vibrations at gmail.com. Just give her a call or give her
Vibrations, plural. Vibrations. Yeah. Good.
Absolutely. So let me get that clothesline on. And you can also put it in the chat, your email address.
It's not posting for me. I just tried.
Well, you know what? I've got a lot of people.
But not now.
Astrology Vibrations at gmail.com. Can somebody put that in for people? Questions are closed, but I have one last sweet person that snuck in, and I love that because I didn't have my banner up that it was closed. So can I have a general reading for 2026? My birthday. Oh, you gave me your birthday too. 111, January 11th. I love
111.
Everybody look at this. So it's January, which is 11th, right? To find out what her or his personal year is, you add the month and the day. So that's just 3. January is 1, and then the 11th is another 2 ones. So it's 3, and then you add another 1, which is 2026, the current year. So that's a cool birthday. So you are moving into a 4 personal year, finally getting grounded. Let me see what your whole birthday is. So I see if you're going to move into that with, if it's going to be hard for you. Come on. My phone isn't opening. What is going on? Here it is. I have had trouble with my electronics. I'll tell you that much. I blame it on everything on Saturn. Never Mercury, Saturn. So let's do 119, 62. Oh, you're a creative. Okay, so you're a 21-3 life path. So that tells me that you find relief in creativity and communication. If you say you're just too busy to do this creative thing or this inspiration that just shows up out of the blue, then you're you get bogged down and everything. So this is how it's going to work out for you and how the numbers work. It's like when I went through my 3 personal year. So it's like the 1 personal year you get the idea for the book. The 2 is when you collaborate or try to find out resources and cite sources and build your book. That, hey, there we're back. Build your book, that kind of thing, and you start moving the book from idea into the 2 energy, which is form, and sharing it with some people. And then the 3 is all about writing the damn thing and then editing and right, and then doing that. The 4 personal year is like this is an archetypal message, but is like when you find a publisher. If you're going to do that, if you're going to self-publish, then you figure out how you learn how to format the book and how to. So that's a chop wood, carry water. It's a chop wood, carry water kind of year, the 4 personal year is. And that's lovely for people who aren't restless. Like a 5 life path, when they're in a 4 situation, that's hard for them because they have to sit down and be quiet and do things and finish projects. And that's not their jam. That's not they don't bring all that easily. Also, the 4 personal year is going to ask you to start planning a little bit better. And for like 5 life paths, they like, they're called a pantser. They live by the seat of their pants. So, but anyway, you're blessed with the creativity and you have all those 11s for this year. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So let me just throw a little bit more and see where you're heading right this minute. This isn't for the whole year. The numbers are for the whole year. Yeah, they do the whole year. You are very well attended to spiritually. I don't know if it feels like that because I see you a little bit losing a little sleep. I think it's the anxiousness of moving in. You do have plates spinning in the air, a fair amount of them. When I say plates spinning in the air, it's in your mind. I just did a video on creatives. I would love for you to go watch it. It's called Waiting for Oz. It's on my YouTube page, Waiting for Oz, and it's my experience as being a creative. So I hope you enjoy that. But a lot of the time for a creative is we spend a lot of time doing things in our mind, in our imagination. And it looks like right now, this minute, I'm talking, this is going to be for the next week or so, that right now, this minute, it looks like there might be something on your mind that has to do with another person, maybe an older guy coming in. It could be your boss. It could be your banker. Even if your boss is younger than you, it could be him bugging you. But you show grace under pressure with the strength card. Grace under pressure means people are watching. You are the teacher at that moment. So when strength comes in and you're in a teachable moment, so don't assume that you're the student in this situation that's worrying you. But everything you say and everything you do, or whatever act you do, is going to be witnessed by others. You won't know who they are, and they will learn to be a better citizen, a better friend, a better coworker, or whatever the situation is. So understand that that's happening, and it is, you are going to be, I've got the Lover's card. The Lover's card means that those opposites, whatever this dynamic is that's queuing up for you, or it looks like you're going to marry that. You're going to say, you're just amazing. I'm sorry, you're just amazing. This is a great time. So the bad news is that you've been losing sleep, and it's about this guy or this person in your life that's bugging you. Maybe that's it. But bottom line is that you win the day. You win the day. So I'm happy you came in. Again, I'm going to have to sign off. And it's been 2 hours and 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Holy cow. Marathon day. Loved it. I'm energized. I'm not tired a bit.
Yeah.
And be back on Friday. I'm going to be on with Allie on Monday, and Linda Day Gonzalez coming up. So I think that's on Monday as well. So look for it there. All right. I'll post it. See you later. Love you all. Bye-bye.